চিকিৎসা ভাঙচুর করছেন ছাত্র জনতারা।
প্রথম আলো যে অফিসটি রয়েছেন সেই অফিসে ছাত্র জনতার যে
Bangladesh went through a night of fear, fire and fury as violent protests erupted in Dhaka following the death of youth leader Sharif Osman Hadi. What began as public anger soon turned into a direct assault on the country's media, with journalists trapped inside burning buildings pleading for their lives. The unrest broke out late Thursday night after confirmation came that Sharif Osman Hadi had died in a hospital in Singapore. Hadi was a prominent youth leader and a vocal critic of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. He had been shot earlier this month by masked assailants and was undergoing treatment abroad. As news of his death spread, hundreds of supporters poured onto the streets of Dhaka. They demanded justice and the immediate arrest of those behind the killing. But within hours, protests spiraled out of control. At least 3 incidents of arson were reported across the capital. The most shocking attacks targeted Bangladesh's leading newspapers, the Daily Star and Prothom. Protesters stormed their offices, vandalized the buildings, and then set parts of them on fire. Inside those buildings were journalists working night shifts. As smoke filled the offices, panic set in. Some tried to escape through stairways, only to find lower floors already vandalized and burning. Others ran to rooftops and terraces, hoping help would arrive in time. One message captured the terror of that night. Daily Star reporter Zima Islam posted on social media saying, "I can't breathe anymore. There's too much smoke. I am inside. You are killing me." Her words spread rapidly online, drawing shock and outrage. Firefighters rushed to the scene and battled the blaze for hours. Rescue operations continued through the night. Ladders were used to pull journalists to safety. At least 25 journalists were rescued over nearly 4 hours, according to local reports. A Daily Star reporter later said they could hear protesters chanting slogans as they hid at the rear of the building. Police confirmed that hundreds had gathered and carried out the attacks. Army troops were later deployed to secure the area and prevent further violence. Witnesses said protesters first vandalized the Prothom office before turning their fury on the Daily Star building. Why these outlets were targeted remains unclear. Both newspapers were known to have shown cautious or passive support for interim leader Muhammad Yunus. As images of burning newsrooms went viral, concerns grew over press freedom and public safety in Bangladesh. Attacks on journalists are rare even during periods of unrest, making this incident deeply alarming. Interim leader Muhammad Yunus addressed the nation soon after. He announced special prayers at mosques and declared a day of mourning. Calling Hadi's death an irreparable loss to the nation, Yunus urged protesters to remain calm and avoid further violence. Sharif Osman Hadi was just 32 years old. He was shot on December 12th while riding in a rickshaw, attacked by assailants on a motorbike. His shooting took place just a day after Bangladesh announced dates for its first elections since the 2024 uprising. Hadi was planning to contest those elections as an independent candidate. His killing has now cast a long shadow over the electoral process and the country's fragile political transition. Tonight, the images from Dhaka tell a disturbing story. When journalists are trapped inside burning buildings and newsrooms become targets, it signals more than unrest. It signals a dangerous breakdown of order, where even the messengers of truth are no longer safe.